Have some YouTube photographers gotten out of focus? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome to another video. Years ago, there was a song out called "Video Killed the Radio Star." And sometimes I wonder if YouTube is killing the photography star. Then again, YouTube created the photography star. I think there's been a trend on YouTube lately that I've noticed, and there's a good reason for it. And it's because honestly, there's only so many topics you can talk about until they get just beat over the head over and over and over, and content creators try to churn stuff out, especially the big channels. They want to put something out weekly, or at least try to. And this is why somebody like Thomas Heaton, I really respect and admire that guy, because he's been around YouTube for years, and I don't know him. I don't know anybody that I'm going to talk about in this video. I've never met any of them. I've never spoken to any of them other than maybe through a comment, an occasional email, but I've never met any of them. I don't know any of them. So when I talk about them, it'll be my opinion. But Thomas strikes me as a guy, very easygoing guy, who's been on YouTube for years and years and years, and he churns out these videos, and for the most part, they're always well done. I don't really look at, well, I look at Thomas Heaton as someone who makes videos, but I see him more as A, a storyteller, and B, an experimental storyteller. And when I say experimental, what I mean is he doesn't try doing the same thing over and over. If you've watched his videos, you'll see where he tries different cameras, he tries different films, and he'll tell you why. He's changed camera systems a few times, and he always tries to find the right kit for himself. So he's not afraid to experiment. And he just doesn't seem fazed by the fact that he puts out these videos on pretty much a weekly basis. And those guys are kind of hard to find right now. I'm not saying that they're not out there, they are. But he's probably the one with the biggest channel who doesn't seem fazed by the YouTube algorithm. And when I say YouTube algorithm, I fall prey to it myself. I try really hard not to, but I think it's difficult not to fall prey to it. And that is when you want to chase views, when you want people to subscribe to your channel. But there's a lot of small channels like myself who try to get viewers, who try to get subscribers, and we fight that algorithm. And I'm trying to learn to not fight that algorithm and just make the videos that I want to make when I want to make them. And that's hard, because my goal is to get 1,000 subscribers, to get the 4,000 watch hours, and to be monetized. And it's not because I think that there's going to be a leprechaun at the end of the monetization period, and all of a sudden all these sponsors are going to come running and all this money's going to be flowing. I don't think that for a second. So it's not that. It's just a personal goal that I set when I decided to start making these videos. It was one of the goals. The other one was to make videos that I felt like creating and talk about what I felt like talking about. And I wanted to talk about things, for the most part, that I thought would help other people. And sometimes I get away from that. And I think that on YouTube now, and some of them have admitted it, that they've lost their focus and they've gotten burned out on it after several years. And I can see where that's easy to do. I'm sure if you're watching this, there's a good chance that you watch Nigel Danson's channel. And a week or so ago, he spoke about he's lost his way of he doesn't want to make videos just to make videos anymore. He wants to stop chasing views and just put out a video when he wants to put out a video. And he's earned that right. He's long earned that right. And many others have as well. Almost within the same hour, Gavin Hardcastle came out with a video and said, hey, something's got to change. He's not getting the views, or he's not picking up as many subscribers as he once did. And he asked for people to send in comments about what they wanted to see. I didn't leave a comment. I sent him a private email. And I won't tell you everything I said in the email, but essentially what I said to him was that the reason why I watch his channel isn't necessarily to learn things as much as it is, A, to be entertained, because I enjoy his videos. And I don't mean on a ha ha laughing. He's pretty good at making people laugh, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about his personality and the way he brings Amanda into it. And I think they have this great on-camera relationship. And I think that he's a master at doing that. And again, I don't know Gavin, so I'm not trying to blow smoke up his skirt just to blow smoke up his skirt. But I really believe that. I think he's a master at making videos. And what I'm afraid is that guys, not just him, but creators on YouTube are going to start chasing views more than just being themselves, more than just continuing to do what they do and leave their personalities into it. On the other side of the coin, you have somebody like Mark Denny. And I'm not saying that he's not entertaining. I'm not saying that he's not informative. It's not what I'm saying at all. Maybe because he's come from the corporate world, but he seems to understand not to get caught up in the algorithm thing as well. Maybe he does, and you just don't know it by the way he talks in his videos. Even though he can get pretty personal about what he did and his background, he doesn't seem to be influenced by the algorithms. In some of my videos, I can occasionally get fairly personal. I let you know that when I fail and I try to make videos for views rather than making a video I like. Meaning, I did a video not all that long ago about what's my favorite Nikon S lens. I got 10 times more views on that than I did with a video where I talked about, do portrait photographers show they're biased when they take portraits? And I spent an awful lot of time creating that video about the portrait photographers. And I put a lot of effort into it. And I didn't get very many views, and I admit it bothered me at first. So I did that other video of, hey, what's my favorite S lens? And you get 10 times as many views and you pick up a lot more subscribers because of it. And in a way, it almost makes you feel dirty, because it's a cheap way of getting viewers and maybe some subscribers. And I think that is happening to too many people on YouTube, and not just little channels like me, but guys like Gavin. And I think that that's a very dangerous trend, because if they start losing focus as to what got them the 200,000 or 300,000, 400,000 subscribers, whatever they had to begin with, they may lose the ones they already have. When it comes to these videos, I just hope that people remain true to themselves and what their mission statement was. Sometimes I struggle to do that. I think that the the really successful guys who are going to be, or guys and women, who are going to be successful at this in the long run are going to be creators like Mark Denny and Thomas Heaton, who seem oblivious to it. They just go ahead and create their content and put it out there. There's another fellow that I ran across not all that long ago, and I've enjoyed some of his videos, and his name is Steve Carty, C-A-R-T-Y, and I think the name of his channel is just Carty. He talks a lot about the business side of photography. He does some other things as well, but those are the ones that I tend to watch, and he does a great job with it. Another fellow who I think will be around for a while, who doesn't seem oblivious to this, is Alex Kilby with The Photographic Eye. And his channel is based more around the artistic side of photography. And guys like him, I have a lot of respect for, because they keep coming up with different ways to talk about it. And if you're not a creator on here, there's a good chance you don't understand how hard that is. You don't understand how difficult it is. And I'm not trying to be self-serving for myself, because I don't put myself in the category of Thomas Heaton or Alex Kilby or a lot of these larger channels. They make far better videos than I do. And I'm not trying to put myself down either. It's a fact. Thomas has been around a long time. He knows how to make these videos. He knows how to keep certain things out of his videos and maybe occasionally put a little personal reference in there. I don't know, but I respect the heck out of him because he knows how to do it, and he's very good at it. And Gavin's done it as well too. I mean, he includes his family, and if you haven't seen the videos he did with going back over to England to see his mom and his mom's husband, those are hilarious. They're great videos. And he throws in some photography tips, and he throws in a couple of his images. And those are great videos. And I just hope that creators like him don't get away from that they stay true to themselves and create the videos that they want to create, even if it's not getting them a lot of views. That's easy for me to say. Somebody like Thomas and Gavin, they rely on those channels for their income. And that's not to say that all their income comes from their channel, because it doesn't. They have different revenue streams, but those streams tend to come from them creating videos, and they splinter it off from there, like doing workshops or taking people out on excursions. Well, people wouldn't be signing up with them if they weren't popular on YouTube. So it does come back to their channel in a way. So I understand that they want to get views and they want to have a lot of subscribers. But I'm just so afraid that if too many content creators only look at the algorithm and chase those views, that YouTube's going to suffer. And photography in general on YouTube is going to suffer. Some of you might remember years ago there was a movie called Dave with Kevin Kline, where he pretends to be the president for a few days. But in there, they're in a budget meeting, and he makes a point of, well, you mean we're spending money so that people can feel better about the product that they already purchased? And the guy, I think the head of transportation or something, says, well, yeah. And Kevin Kline's like, well, is that smart? And I feel like that's what happens when I create a video about Nikon lenses of, hey, this is my favorite Nikon lens. So all I'm doing is trying to make somebody feel better about the purchase they already bought. Now, if I thought it was helping them decide on a new lens, okay, that'd be great. Then I wouldn't mind making more of those videos. But it's a balance. You know, it's really hard to determine what to say, what not to say. But there are creators like Adam over at First Man Photography. I mean, he took courses in how to make these videos. He put a lot of time and effort into it. And those kind of guys, they deserve your respect. In the last Photo Tripper video, Gavin made reference of, he was showing somebody a technique in Photoshop or Lightroom. And he was saying, oh, I know, I can hear the trolls now ready to come out and start attacking me. Obviously, it bothers him on some level that he gets attacked for things like that. And when I get attacked, it bothers me too. It's difficult. It really is. It's difficult to make these videos and try to leave those kind of things out of it. I know from writing my novels, when you get a bad review, it was hard to get past that. And so I think I'm a little bit more thick-skinned when it comes to some of these videos now, because I went through that as a writer. But when you put yourself out there to create content and people either don't like it, it's one thing to say, well, I don't like it. Okay. Say it to yourself next time then. Don't leave a nasty comment or attack the person who's creating something, because all you're going to do is make it so that people don't want to make videos anymore. They're just going to say, the heck with it. It's not worth it. And that's why I respect guys like Thomas Heaton and others. Alistair Ben over Expressive Photography. He has his own little niche. He doesn't seem to be bothered with anything. I respect those guys. They can just do their thing, put out their videos. And I know there's been some videos that were made recently about should you become a YouTube creator with a photography channel. Even Thomas Heaton made a video about that not long ago. And he said yes. And if you were to ask me, I would probably say yes. But do it with the understanding that it's not easy. And you're going to get attacked sooner or later. And I look at it as a badge of honor that, hey, someone actually discovered me enough that, like, I have one particular guy now who comes after me and leaves nasty comments, and usually you don't see him because I delete them. At first I left them up there, and then I thought, you know what, it's the same guy, I'm just going to take him down. So just be aware of that. Go to these other channels. I'm not talking about me, but go to some of these other channels and just thank them. I know a lot of times people do get the comments. I've read them and I've left them myself, where if somebody makes a good video, tell them. Tell them you enjoyed it. Tell them that you thought it was good. When Gavin went to go see his parents, he didn't have to make those videos, but he did. And he made them entertaining. Go tell them, hey, thanks for making that video, for making that extra effort. Because they're going to need to hear that. Otherwise, they're going to stop making videos. Or they're only going to make the videos of, well, Canon's coming out with a new camera. What do you think? Let's go read the specs. Oh, it's got 24 megapixels and it's got... Who cares? You can go to the internet and look that up yourself. Appreciate people's personalities online. Appreciate who they are and what they're trying to do with their videos. And don't make them feel like they have to go and chase views and chase the algorithm. Otherwise, it's going to go away. I was going to do the March image of the month. And as I got going to this, I felt like it wouldn't have been fair to the people who submitted their photos. And so I'm going to make a separate video. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to put up some of the images. I have a few very loyal people that I feel loyal to, that I want to show their images, and I want to do it right. And on that note, if you want to join along, it's too late for March, but if you want to join along in April, I know I've picked up some new subscribers lately. I don't critique it's not a critique thing. It's just, if you want one of your photos shown in a video, I'll be happy to put it up for you. I'm trying to build a little bit of a community amongst my subscribers, amongst my viewers. And I want them to feel appreciated, because they are appreciated, which is another thing. You know, I want to thank, even though I'm a small channel at this point, and I have, when I'm recording this, a little over 700 subscribers, you know, I really appreciate you. I really do. And I thank you for being a subscriber. And I hope you continue, and I hope that I can come up with something that I want to talk about, that you want to hear, that isn't necessarily done because I'm chasing viewers and subscribers and trying to fit within the algorithm. Because if I feel like I have to keep doing that, then I'm going to stop making videos. And I've noticed that there's a lot of people that feel that same way. I'm off my soapbox. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.